Kate Sheppard House is the former home of Kate and Walter Sheppard. The house was built for them in the 1880s, and it was here in 1893 where Kate Sheppard compiled the monster petition that ultimately achieved women the right to vote in a general election in New Zealand. This was the first country in the world where this was achieved for women. The house is significant because it is the place where this happened, but it's also the place where Kate lived. It allows us a direct connection with Kate and the movement that she led. We have a really clear vision for Kate Sheppard House. That is that this place is open and accessible for everyone. It's a place where we reflect not only on the suffrage movement, but on the movement for social change that is Kate Sheppard's legacy. So it'll be a place where all people can come together and reflect on social change and the legacy of the suffrage movement.
The house is very much in a bare bones state. It's as if the family has just moved out. We've had a lot of people, different experts, come in to look at the footprint of the house. So there's a conservation architect who's clearly very involved in making sure that we understand the fabric and the footprint. This house has done incredibly well in surviving a massive earthquake, and the previous owner did a very good job in keeping the house intact. She has replaced floorboards and foundations to keep this house up and standing. So the front of the house is the most original. So if we consider the first 4 rooms will be the visitor experience, a type of museum, but not as you would imagine an old dusty museum would look like. It will have interactive equipment, it will have beautiful interpretation, period furniture, and items actually that belong to Kate. The back of the house will be more interactive with visitors. We have a relationship with the University of Canterbury, and they'll be very involved in terms of supporting the academic side of this house, and they'll be running talks and events, seminars, as well as other people who want to hold private events here. So it's going to look quite different in the future.
Through the research that we've undertaken and getting to know the house better, I've also got to know Kate Sheppard a little better as well. For instance, we've learnt that Kate Sheppard had a parrot. So it's quite interesting to think of the parrot as part of her home, and it gives the house a bit more context and a bit more flavour. We have an opportunity at Kate Sheppard House to be a real centre for coming together on Suffrage Day. In 2019, we had the announcement here of the house being acquired by the government for the people of New Zealand, vested in Heritage New Zealand Pouhere Taonga, and that was a really wonderful coming together of people to celebrate Kate Sheppard and the movement that she represented. And every year at Kate Sheppard House, we would love to bring people together in a similar way.
When I walk into the house, the first impression I get every time is the same. It's a sense of dignity, of peace, of something really did happen here. And when you look into the dining room and here in the drawing room, I personally get a real sense of Kate as the woman, and I imagine what went on in the rooms, the incredible angst and busyness and organisation that it took to do the tremendous amount of campaigning here. I suppose it's the energy you feel. It's the energy this house holds, and it's definitely still about.
Kate Sheppard House will be, I believe, the jewel in the crown of our property portfolio as an internationally significant place that celebrates not only the suffrage movement, but social change in New Zealand and in the world. We hope to have the doors open at Kate Sheppard House by the end of 2020.